How many of you would find it useful to know how to turn 3.8 million into 50,000? Nobody? Okay, see you later. All right, how about how I spent 1 hour of my life? I got 500,000 raving fans, letters from 500 women all over the country that wanted to go on vacation with me and possibly start a family, if you know what I mean, and appear on ESPN. Find that useful? Yeah. Great. I've made some really bad decisions in my life that were all based around money. I've made some incredible decisions in my life that were based about embracing the moment and just seeing where life took me. I've learned two things from this. Number one, if you start with the wrong question, the answer doesn't matter. And number two, that if you manage the moments in life, that life will manage itself for you. Let me tell you how I got on this journey. I went to school for 3 years at night to get an MBA. 3 years of going to school 3-4 nights a week. It sucked. But I wanted a piece of paper that said double my salary. I've got an MBA from a good school. If I learned something, that's cool, but all I wanted was a piece of paper. May 1992, Pittsburgh, Carnegie Mellon University. They call me up for my diploma. They give me a nice little book. I walk down to my seat, and I open it up, and I got my piece of paper. It said, "Dear Mr. Kasinetz, you owe us $18,352, and when you pay us, we'll give you your diploma." You know, if this was a movie, there'd be Twilight Zone music playing in the background, because this is what they call foreshadowing. Fast forward about 10 years later. Anybody remember the dot-com boom? Worked for a company, heavily invested, right? I worked for a company, Siebel Systems, and it was a very surreal experience. I was there from the beginning, was in the right place at the right time. I wanted to buy a car. So I called up my broker, I'm like, sell $200,000 worth of stock, I'll pick up a check tomorrow. And 3 days later, I had this awesome car. Now, I've got an undergraduate degree in math and computer science, an MBA in finance that at this point is about half paid off at $100 a month, and I had the latest version of Excel. So I created this awesome spreadsheet with how much money I needed to retire. And I came up with $4 million. How many people would like to have $4 million? Right? Not 3.9, 3.95, but $4 million. So probably in 2002, when I did this spreadsheet, I could have called and gotten a check for $3.82 million, but it wasn't for. I mean, I'm gonna have to clip coupons if I only get $3.82 million. You know the story. Goes up, stock goes down, stock goes up. Kaz buys out his options and holds them, and it gets worse. But by the time I was done, I got a check for $50,000. So why am I telling you this? It's because I just completed the Bernie Madoff Home Study course, and I have some great investments for all of you. I tell you this because I don't want the same thing to happen to anybody here. And there were some great financial lessons that I learned that I'd be more than happy to share with you over a drink sometime. But I knew there had to be something more important, some greater life lesson, something more important than greed. And I learned this from my friend Roger, that if you ask the wrong questions, the answer doesn't matter. If I had asked myself, what good can I do with $3.8 million? If I didn't care how much money I made working, what would I do? I probably would have found that and could have retired with that $3.8 million and been happy. Everything my family ever did for me, I could have bought my parents a really nice condo in Del Boca Vista next to the Seinfelds, right? But I didn't. So I still got a check for $50,000. Like, that's pretty good, $50,000. And I was really looking forward to a friend of mine's wedding. He was getting married on a cruise ship, 7-day Caribbean cruise, 100 people going. I had $50,000 burning a hole in my pocket, so I bought a really nice cabin, and I bought the cruise for a girl that I was dating. We broke up about 2 months before the cruise. She dumped me. And I was out with friends one night, and somebody inquired about me. How could they not? And somebody said, "Oh, you don't know Kaz? You should be really nice to him, because he's got a free Caribbean cruise he could take you on." And another girl said, "Well, maybe I want to go." And somebody else said, "Well, maybe I want to go." And I said, "You know what? Maybe I'll put up a website and you could all apply." My friends looked at me. They said, "That is the greatest idea you've ever come up with." Kind of dismissed it, said whatever. A few days later, I thought about it. I'm like, cruisewithkaz.com. The domain was available, so I put up a website. I had references. I had a steering committee of male, female, older, younger, married, single. And I sent out an email, and this was before Facebook. Like, this was a time where you had to talk to the person laying next to you in bed instead of just going like this, right? There was no The Bachelor, so I sent an email out to everybody in the world I knew, about 400 people, and I waited. 2 weeks later, I had 500,000 visitors on the website. I got emails from 500 women all over the country trying to convince me why they should go on vacation with me. 150 of them actually took the time to fill out the official Cruise with Kaz application. Pictures required, verified by an independent third-party source. I was on Q100, and I spent 2 hours being interviewed on ESPN radio nationally. People all over the country calling me up and giving me advice, asking for funny stories. Okay. Do you want to know who I took? Right. My steering committee narrowed it down to 10 people. I narrowed it down to 2, a girl from Tampa and a girl from New York. And if I say girl, I don't mean to be offensive. One was 12, the other was 13. Just kidding, they were in their 20s. As I was trying to decide who to take, I remembered some sage advice that in college I got from one of my good friend's father. He said, "Boys, do you know what the best quality in the world a woman can have is?" And we're in college. It's like, she's hot, she's rich, she's easy. He said, "No. Boys, the best quality in the world a girl can have is that she likes you. Because if she doesn't, then nothing else in the world matters." So I took the girl from New York because she had the best quality in the world a girl can have. She wanted to have sex with me. She liked me. So it was a great experience. I met wonderful people that I'm still friends with today. What I got out of it was when you manage the moments in life, life will manage itself. And the quality of your life is defined by the quality of your relationships. And when I measure my life that way, I have a wonderful life.